fed, press some head, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls resting, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis show. As you can tell, it is loud up in here, and that means we are at Cat's Tavern. We told you that we're going to be here, and if you've never been here, it is 901 64th Street, OKC. If you can call for information, 405-242-6100. They are open Sunday through Monday from 12 to 2. That's 12 to 2. They ain't closed. And then you have, of course, the people who come in all the time. We're not going to say their names. Even though she's right off camera, you can't really see her. And we want to thank YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They are an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And we want to thank them for sponsoring all of our remote live streams for Black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And you can do any personal or business loans. Whatever you want to do, they are the people that you want to see. And anyway, I want to say the Thunder, of course, got a victory tonight over the Portland Trail Blazers, 123-121, improving their record to 12 and 18.
13.
12 and 18.
13.
We are 12 and 18.
13.
They are
13 and 18.
13 and 18, yes. My bad. It's on the right thing. I had to change the score for here. Thank you, Nimoy. That was my boy Nimoy Jones, got my back. He's joining me today. If you can act, it took everything for me and Maya and Taylor to talk him into it. He didn't want to do it, but leave it to women. They always make. You know what? The thing is about women, they make you do stuff you don't want to do. I don't understand it, but I'm trying to learn. I'm learning. It's a hard process. It's a hard process, but I'm learning. But anyway, Thunder tonight, nice victory by the Thunder. I was really appreciative of what they did tonight. I actually got to give the coach some props. He did make a few substitution patterns that I don't agree with, and we've talked about that before. The last time we did After the Storm, we documented how he would make these substitutions and these teams are going to run. He did not do that tonight, but Nimoy made a good point. He said that what he does, he's more concerned about the minutes than he is about the game. And what that means is making sure players are playing the right minutes instead of trying to win the game overall. He's worried about, hey, this guy's got this minutes. Like, they're hurt and they're on a minutes restriction or something. They're not on a minute restrictions, but at the same time, you got to worry about that. Now, two things. One, SGA is up for All-Star. Number two, the balloting starts tomorrow. So go to the NBA, vote for SGA for him to be an All-Star because voting does matter. Now, will he make the team? Yeah, because he's ranked third right now in scoring. So should he make the team? Hell yeah, there shouldn't be any questions about that. But that being said, you got to really worry about it. Now, part of what we did not do the keys to the game because what I do is I talk about that normally on my show today, but we were having some issues with the computers and stuff working, so I didn't get a chance to do the keys to the game. But clearly, there's two keys that I never not have. One, get off to a good start every quarter. Number two, please get out there and put a hand in somebody's face. No open looks. Those are my two things that I think that the Thunder have to do to have a success. Now, starting off the game, we had SGA, and he played. Giddey of course, has an illness, and Baisley was an illness, and Dang, of course, Robinson Earl that. And then Trey Mann has been put down to the G League. And I think a lot of it has to do with Isaiah Joe and how well he's been playing. And like I said, ever since Trey Mann shot 24 times in a game against the Clippers, and SGA only had 22 shots, he hasn't played a whole lot. and they needed to curtail that. Now, that's something I think they need to do with Dort, but they don't do that, and it just drives me nuts. So anyway, starters were SGA, Poku, J-Dub, Wiggins, and Lucas Dort. That was the starting five. Not a bad five. I'm glad that Wiggins is back in the lineup because part of what the Thunder won 6 out of their 8, and then all of a sudden he didn't play no more. I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying anymore?
Right.
I didn't understand what the hell that was. I didn't get it. But part of it, Thunder got off to a kind of a slow start, and then all of a sudden with down 17 or 17-11 with 5:22, you had Dort, SGA, Isaiah Joe, and Poku in the game along with Kendrick Williams. And the Thunder, they went on an 11-5 opening run talking about Portland.
Right,
And
right.
then, like we talked about, you get the right group in there. You brought in Joe. You brought in K-Will. And the Thunder got on a run and were down 11-5. And all of a sudden, they're up 17-11 with 5:22 to go. And part of what you and I were talking about is that it just drives me nuts, his substitution pattern and who he puts in the game.
I'm still trying to figure that out because, like I said, is he's still managing minutes of players instead of managing the game itself. You had a nice combination in there. You got up, 5-6 points, and then you start subbing.
Yep.
That's not managing the game. That's managing minutes.
Yes.
And until he gets out of that mentality of thinking, they're going to be in trouble.
Well, part of what I said, and he reminds me of Buck Showalter in baseball.
Yeah.
Really great manager, getting teams together, letting them grow, but he was just not the guy to get them over the hump. You can look at the Yankees, you can look at the Orioles, you can go the Diamondbacks, you can go on and on and on teams that he had to move away from. You get a different coach, all of a sudden they go to the next level.
Right.
And I think that our coach is a lot like that. For what you needed him to do, he was really good at. But now our team is
They're at
right
another
there.
level. I mean, we're still in the rebuild phase, and I admit that, but you have to get out of that rebuild phase, and you've had the coach for the rebuild phase. Now that team's starting to advance past that. So do you keep the same coach, or do you find somebody that can advance you past that rebuild stage?
Well, I think, like I said, I think you're going to get a new coach.
Yeah.
And I like the guy.
Me too.
But this is the deal. SGA and Giddey, this is their second year together.
Right.
And clearly SGA is just starting in the middle of last year.
Right.
He's just...
The kid's starting to find his own.
Yeah, he's on a different level,
Yeah.
without question.
The problem is you've got to get a coach that make players understand their role in the situation. And Dort thinks he's a scorer.
Yep, he does.
And he's not that guy. I watched him miss, 4 or 5 layups at point blank. And, I mean, dude, you'd have 20 points, you hit layups.
Yeah, well, we'll go over what his shooting percentage was. But
Right.
SGA missed a bunch of. That's the reason why he missed at least 4 himself.
Right,
That
right.
he normally. But it's a little bit harder when you got the big guy. And part of what I think with the Thunder, my issue with them is we're missing 2 things: shooters and a presence inside for height.
Right. I mean, we have the height, but these guys
Well,
weigh
you got
125 pounds.
You got Poku.
You know.
That ain't height.
I mean, but that's
ain't height.
I mean, he's tall, but I mean,
Yeah.
Young Achievers is in the house.
Yeah, I see him
nice
over
to
there.
see y'all. Nice to see y'all.
Looking all clean over there. Looking clean. But here's the first quarter stats. The Blazers and the Thunder were tied 28 all at the end of the first. The Blazers 3 for 8 from 3, 57% from the field.
Right.
That's
I mean, most of the stats were pretty accurate across the board, but shooting
57%.
But you shooting 39% from the field. The three, I mean, that
the 3 for 9 is what helped.
Right.
From threes, it helped.
Right.
But 8 rebounds, 14 pips, which are points in the paint, my favorite stat. 4 turnovers for them, 12 points in the paint, 3 turnovers for us. We're only averaging 14 turnovers a game, but we lead the NBA in 17 turnovers that we cause for the opposing team.
Right.
That's a huge stat for us. Then, of course, bench scoring, one of the things that the Thunder, I think, need big time are bench
I mean,
scorers.
that's a beautiful thing for the Thunder is that their bench. I think they are first or second in the NBA with bench scoring.
Bench scoring, yeah, second. But that's my thing. When you start J-Dub,
Right.
that's wrong. You need him
Right,
coming off the bench
right.
because he gives you bench points.
Yeah.
That's what I think. To me,
Right.
your best starting five is SGA, Giddy, Dort, Wiggins, Poku. And then you come off the bench with J-Dub, and you come off the bench now with Isaiah Joe,
Right.
who's knocking down the shots when he's not looking. When he's trying to do all that step back,
Right.
dude, when you just catch and shoot from three, you deadly. When you try to
Create a shot.
shoot,
Yeah, that's not your game.
not your game. Can't do it. But that's part of my frustration with the Thunder and what they do. We're not ready to go to the second quarter yet. But part of my thing is what they do drives me nuts with the Thunder with that. But
But you got to look at what's the average age of this team? 23, 24. So that falls into the coach's hand.
Yeah.
So at the same situation, when you've got a team that young and you in a rebuild facet, the coach is supposed to be, hey, guys, slow down. This is what we're doing. This is what we need to do.
Yes.
He doesn't have that demand of the team.
No, he does not.
And
Drives me nuts.
Dort's a prime example that he doesn't have it. He think he's supposed to average 20 a game.
Well, what I was doing is I was comparing it to the Lakers.
Right.
And how he told Russell,
Hey,
you coming off the bench.
What you
If
gonna do?
wanna play,
What you gonna do? You gonna quit? I mean, that's what it boils down to. You gonna quit?
You gonna take your $40 million and go?
Man, hey, you can sit at the house. I'm glad to give you that check. Because you messing up my chemistry.
Dude, what's up with him? He can't shoot, bro.
Man, he ain't never been able to shoot,
I
man.
No, I know that, but I don't remember him shooting that many off the side of the backboard. He shot one off the top of the corner of the backboard the other night. I'm like,
That was his Tim Duncan impersonation.
I have never hit the top corner of the backboard, ever.
No, and I mean, I've seen some post players that shouldn't have been shooting the three do that, but I mean,
I'm sorry, but he does it. He has
on a regular basis.
He has about 30 of those a year.
A regular basis. I mean, and you wonder when he pulled it, what was he aiming at?
I don't think
You know, was it the shot clock?
Backboard.
Shot clock?
You're crazy. Start the second quarter. Once again, you have Lindy Waters, Kendrick Williams, J-Dub, and Wiggins, and Obanuri. And I looked at that and I'm like,
Okay, Almaniri had what, 6 points total?
yeah. But my point is, you got two G League players starting.
Right.
Why the hell are you starting G League players? No.
It's one of them situations. He's still just trying to he's still in plug and play situation right now. I'm just trying to find something that works.
Start G League play, even though they got away with it in the second
Right.
quarter.
I mean, he's just trying to find a system that something that's gonna work.
Once again, against really good teams.
Oh,
it
they'll get
costs
murdered.
us.
They'll get
It
murdered.
costs us. Now even though they are 17, they were 17 and 13,
Right.
and they were a good team, but we got away with it in the second quarter.
Excellent. Yeah.
We got away with it early. And, and then all of a sudden, 44-41, then all of a sudden you got Dort subbing in, and it made a huge difference for what you got, because you got Dort, Obanuri, Waters, J-Dub, and K-Will.
But see, those are teams you can try that with
Yep.
that are barely above 500.
Yep.
You start playing Dallas,
Can't do it against
Memphis.
them. Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's teams you try that with. You're gonna get blew out that
Well, it
quarter.
cost us against the Celtics.
Right, but you're gonna get blew out that quarter.
Like the Celtics, they were killing us at the end of the third quarter. Okay, fourth quarter, he starts Josh. He had one guard, and they're pressuring us.
Right.
They turned us over 3 times at the end of the third quarter, and then you're going to put one guard out there. They went boom, 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 boom. Then all of a sudden, you bring in Isaiah Joe. Dude, if they're pressuring you, start another guard with Josh to keep the pressure off of it. But anyway, that's just me. So anyway, the Thunder, the D was on point tonight. I will say that. In the second quarter,
it actually was.
They stepped up and weren't allowing wide open shots. They were getting their hands.
But
in their
that's
faces.
Portland's biggest thing. They're a 3-point shooting team.
Yep.
If you let them get rolling, they will murder you.
Yep.
But I mean, I say this all the time about this kid, Grant.
Jeremy Grant.
There's no answer. We don't have an answer.
Who was drafted by the Thunder.
Right. We have no answer for him. I mean, we don't. I mean, he's coming through the middle of the paint, jumping up over everybody, dunking it.
Yep.
I mean, we have the kid 6'11", but he can't jump out the gym. And I mean, Jeremy Grant's damn near at the top of the backboard.
Well, it's so funny is they subbed in Lindy Waters.
Right.
They took him down low immediately.
Right.
I'm like, they're like, oh, he in the game? They posted him up immediately.
Go straight to Jeremy.
I mean, I'm like,
I went directly at him.
I was like, what the hell are y'all doing? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I saw that. I'm like, bro, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work.
It's one of those deals. You just kind of look at the situation and wonder, okay, are y'all just looking at the numbers, the clipboards? Are y'all not looking at the stats? This kid, I mean, what did Jeremy Grant finish with? He finished with
what do you have?
26. 26 points.
What was he from the field though?
10 out of 18.
And most of that was in the paint.
Right. I mean, Jeremy Grant not that great a shooter. I mean, he shot 1 from 5 from the 3-point line.
Well, I understand why we traded him because we got picks and we were incomplete.
Right.
And Denver gave us a load.
Yeah.
They gave us a load for him, and they got the most out of him for the couple years, 3 years that he was there. But,
Right.
You know, that being said, I get what Sam Presti was doing. We're in rebuilding. Let's get some players.
Okay,
Let's
but
see
they
what we
just
can
made
do.
Jeremy Grant look like all-pro, all-star.
Yeah,
You
well,
know.
he did. And he kills us every time we see him.
Right.
Because I think deep down inside he mad.
Every time we play him.
I mean, I think he mad deep down inside.
Ibaka do the same thing.
Yeah.
Every time we play him, I mean, he just goes off.
But you know what, though? I think that if you have Jeremy Grant with this team now,
Oh, he's a monster.
With
He's a
this team
monster on
now?
this team. I mean, he's averaging 28, 30 points a game.
I would love it. So, you know, as we're going through the game, I'm looking at my notes here, and I deal with Dort, and I'm just like, can we please get a coach that will put him where he belongs? We drafted him as a defensive player. Then last year, we're just letting him score. Now he thinks he's a scorer. Dude, you're not a scorer. You're a shooter at best.
Right.
And the difference between a shooter and a scorer is really basic. A shooter catches and shoots. Mike Muscala.
Right.
He's a shooter. Don't put the ball, don't try to go to the basket. If you're open, catch
That's
and shoot.
Steve Kerr.
Yeah, if you're wide open and go to the basket, one-on-one or something like that,
Right.
you got a clear lane, yes. But Dort, I mean, he just costs us at the end of games. His understanding, or lack thereof, of situational basketball is because he's not a scorer. He doesn't understand. He's a defensive guy.
Well, I mean, he thinks he's a scorer. I mean, he's a shooter. I'll give him that. He's a shooter. But a scorer? Nah, a scorer is Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I can get my own shot.
Let's look at these halftime stats right here. The Blazers and the Thunder. Blazers and the Thunder were up 61-58 at the half. 3-point percentage, the Blazers 7 for 16, 48% from the field, 45%, which was better than the 50.
Right. I mean, they closed out better.
Yeah.
In the second quarter.
Yep, they did. 24 rebounds.
That hurts.
Yeah, 28 points in the paint. And a lot of that was rebounded. They just, they're just
Jeremy Grant.
And they're just taking advantage.
Jeremy Grant was taking advantage. I mean, because what Jeremy Grant had 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big difference.
5 turnovers, and then, of course, the Thunder 7 for 17 from 3, 43%. 21 rebounds, 24 pips, 5 turnovers. And then, of course, bench scoring, that's just crazy right there.
I mean, Drew Eubanks had 7 rebounds, 4 for 4. I mean, he only had 9 points, but that's off the bench, and I mean, that's quality minutes right there.
Yeah, and that kid shouldn't be doing that.
No, I mean, but he played 32 minutes. I mean, they got the most out of him for 32 minutes.
Well, the matchups that they had compared to what we were doing weren't even the same. They took advantage of us in the matchups, and that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You take advantage of the matchups that you get when you get them, and that's exactly what
I'm
they
just
did.
glad Gary Payton didn't play.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we'd have lost that game.
Yep.
I mean, you talking about 7, 8 rebounds right there, plus 15 to 20 more points.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm glad he was, I guess he's sick. I don't know what.
Well, they give, but the thing is this: you got to give they give guys games off. Like Josh Giddey is sick.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
Sick.
I mean, it's the LeBron and Kevin Durant deal now.
Yeah.
We take off 2 games instead of playing all of them.
Like we talked about this. LeBron is not to go.
Oh no. That's
He's not.
still. I mean,
and I get these guys. They talk about. I say, look.
but that's a generational thing. They didn't get to see Dr. J, Michael Jordan. Some of them got to see Kobe Bryant. So they, but Kobe's not it. I mean, Michael Jordan and then Dr. J is 1 and 2 for me.
My deal is this. This is what I tell people. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time.
Right. But his
Kobe,
game is patented off Dr. J.
Kobe is the greatest skill.
Right.
Player. He
And
was
his
the
game,
most skilled.
his game was patented off Michael
That's
Jordan.
it. But I'm saying, skill-wise, he could shoot left, right.
Oh, yeah.
left.
Oh, yeah.
His game, most skill was him.
Right.
And then the best overall player is LeBron. And it used to be Magic.
Right.
But LeBron is more athletic
Right.
than Magic.
By
So
a long
I'm going to give it.
I mean, you got to give the guy his due. And I mean, and I got to give Kevin Durant his, as tall as he is, he's a sharpshooter.
Yeah. Oh,
And I mean, but he has a dribbling ability that is unmatched to be 7 foot tall.
Well, like everybody talks about Poku's handles, I said, listen, what Kevin Durant does, he does not try to dribble to take you to the hole.
Right.
He dribbles to get you going backwards to pull up and shoot the mid-range
exactly.
or the threes.
Right. But now if he gets you crossed up, he's going to the rack.
He's going to go to the rack, but it's got to be a clear. He's not going to try to make moves.
Well, he's not big enough to dominate nobody.
And plus, with his handles, you get 6'9" guys with long arms, they're going to pick your pocket.
Right.
They are. I mean, that's why he has such a problem with Jason Tatum.
Right.
Jason Tatum is tall and long and quick and younger.
Right.
And younger. And that's what I tell you with Poku. The problem with him is not Poku, but Chet. You're talking about his handles. Dude, that don't matter.
No.
He can't take people off the dribble. He better learn how to shoot.
You know, I'm still upset about that draft pick anyway. So
we're over that. We're past that now. We are what we are. This is my philosophy. One, our team is young.
Yeah.
We've got talent. We've got some abilities, but you can't use any of your picks or do anything because you got to see what Chet is next year. You got to wait.
But I mean, honestly, how many first round draft picks do we still have
I
left?
think we have 7,
17.
8, 7, 8, 9. But that's what I'm saying. You gotta see what you got in Chet.
Right. I mean, you have to give the kid a fair shake up.
And this is my thing. At that point, SGA and Giddey would have played together 3 years, and
Right.
Dort. They'd play together, and then Giddey should be really coming to his own by then.
Right.
And we know what SGA will continue to excel and get better.
But the only thing I'm worried about that is that they might try to deal him.
They ain't gonna deal it.
You would think not, but
This is why they're not gonna deal it. You have a superstar player that Oklahoma City now can look to.
Right.
Because it was Kevin Durant, and then Russell, if they still, but
I mean, you had a handful of stars at that point, but I mean,
but what I'm saying is, when you lost them, there was nobody the fans could go, oh man, we got an all-star player.
Right.
Now you do.
Right.
You're gonna lose people if you give up what you got now. You can't do that. And remember, this is only first year before you. He ain't going nowhere.
right. They got to get out this
What you got to do,
rebuild mentality.
What you got to do is next year, you better make some moves. If Chet is not the guy to get you next level, you better make some moves.
He's not. I mean,
now, you and I know that, but we
right.
got to give him a chance. You never know.
It's one of them flops that you see, like Heisman flops, and
I understand, but
and
we
I think that kid's there.
I know that, but we still got to give him a chance.
We do.
So I'm giving him a chance next year. Then after that, if he's not with the guy that needs to go to the next level, which I don't believe he is, neither do you, and neither did Suggs, that's why Orlando didn't take him.
Right.
And like I tell people all day long, when you play with somebody and they ask you, hey, is this guy going to help us get to the next level? I promise you, Suggs said no.
Right.
He played with him. He knows what he's capable of. He said no. And then
I wasn't impressed with him in college.
Well, what I was told is, if we had the number one overall pick, we still would have took him. Wow. And I said to this person, over Banchero?
I mean,
I don't like you took him over Jabari, but over Banchero?
Jabari was the best player in the draft. I mean,
him with us right now would be crazy.
Dangerous.
It'd be crazy.
It's a whole different team.
Whole different team. You got big men, you got everything. So let's pay some bills. I want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic, for all the things they do for us. They helped me out today, got our computers working so I could be up and ready for tonight. And then, of course, SRB. If you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, my guy Mark Long is the person to talk to. And, of course, I'm wearing my Oak Grove trucking hat. And my guy, if you need to have some rocks moved or some dirt, Jose is the man to talk to. And Max and Greg Nafee, want to thank them for always supporting me. And then last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. And they're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. you need to talk to if you want a car loan or you want a personal loan or you want business loan, buy property, whatever. They are the people, and I suggest you go pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And, of course, they are our sponsors for remote live streams that we do for black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the OKC community. Of course, you know tomorrow's Tuesday, and you know I'm going to be at George's Happy Hour getting my groove on tomorrow. We already know where I'm going to be because I'm there almost every Tuesday.
You'll be where?
George's Happy Hour.
Where is that?
Oh, man, barbecue. Oh, man, they got.
Oh, okay, I'm about to check that out.
It's right there off of. It's on Culbertson, just south of the Capitol, north of the
Okay,
building, right
okay.
Harn Hosted is the other way.
Okay.
It's between Lindsay and Phillips.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
On
I
Duke.
definitely have to check
They
that
got
out.
greens.
Oh,
And
man.
on Tuesday and Fridays they got mac and cheese. That's where I go to. I get my pint of mac and cheese and my pint of greens.
Okay.
Bro, it's on.
I'm gonna definitely have to check it out. Too.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, starting the third quarter, the Thunder come out with SGA, Dort, Poku, Wiggins, and J-Dub, which is what they started the game with. And I'm glad that he's actually listening to us and realizing start the same guys every time. Start the same guys every time.
I mean, you're supposed to have a
set lineup.
Right, but every time you turn around, it's
somebody different.
You're right, and I mean, how many starting lineups we've had this year? I mean, that's a stat that need to be looked up. I mean, because every time you turn around, like I told you, I know a few of the players because, I mean, it's changed so much, and each year is somebody new.
Somebody new. Yeah.
So, I mean, you think you get to know a roster, and then you look the next year, and 10 of them's gone.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm just like, wait.
I think this roster is pretty much set for the most part. But, I mean, Isaiah Joe was a nice pickup, and like I said before, I like that. But, you know, we start out the third quarter and just shooting jumpers. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why are we coming out to attack them? We've been killing them inside. They can't stop us. All of a sudden, we're going to decide we're going to be a jump shooting team. And
especially when Grant went out the game.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, that's, as a guard or a shooting guard, I'm looking at the paint like, my mouth's watering.
Yeah.
I mean, because y'all don't have nobody to defend me in the paint now.
Yeah, well, you got the big kid, the white kid, 24.
I'm not worried about him.
I'm saying he swatted Dort's shot, but I don't know
But
why.
that don't mean, that's not saying much. I mean, because Dort, I mean, he's not looking to score.
Yeah.
He's looking for a foul. Instead of concentrating, like I tell my basketball players, concentrate on the layup instead of the foul itself. Like, if he foul you, that's and one. I mean, and it's sad to have to tell an NBA player the same thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But you got to remember, though, he was put on as a defensive guy.
Right.
And then what they've done is they've tried to turn him into or for whatever reason.
No, he's turned himself into an offensive player.
No, but they allowed him to do that.
Right.
Okay, they allowed him to say, hey, you can do that. I'm just going, no, bro. You can't score. What are you doing? It wears me out. I don't understand it. But my one thing is, Poku, we give him the ball in the free throw line, in the middle, in zones or whatever. He won't shoot. He still tries to pass it out. I'm like,
right.
Shoot. You wide open for 15 feet.
Mid-range.
Shoot the jump shot. Why are you trying to kick it out? Shoot the ball from the free. I
don't know how confident he is in his mid-range jumper.
Dude, you're at the free throw line.
I mean, shooting free throws with nobody running at you is one thing, but shooting free throws when it's three people coming at you, that's not a free shot.
But he's wide open.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a free throw.
He's wide open. And he can catch it, but he's looking to pass. I'm like, why? Dude, shoot the
Never looks
mid-range.
at the goal. Never looks at the goal.
When they come to you, then you can kick it. Well, at least shoot that and make yourself a threat from right there, because if I see him, if I watch tape on him, I'm never going to run at him at the free throw line.
No, I'm going to stand 3 feet off of him and be like, okay,
you're going to pass it. Let me try to figure out who you're going to pass the ball to. And then, all of a sudden, I'm looking at SGA and wondering why is everybody shooting but him in the start of the middle of the third quarter.
Oh, man.
Everybody was shooting but him. I'm like.
I don't think he touched the ball with 6 trips.
Yeah, it was like SGA, Dort's going. J-Dub's going. Poku's going. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Like I said, they don't know their roles on the team.
Yeah.
And I mean, that falls into coaching.
Yeah, but that's also, to me, SGA.
Yeah, he needs to take it.
Because now at the end of the quarter, he will go get the ball.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't know if he's doing that on purpose to try to get everybody involved and don't want to be asshole about it.
Yeah.
I think that might be part of it. I mean, to let the other guys get going now. When I need to take over, I will.
Last 3 minutes, y'all do what y'all do. Last
Right.
3 minutes,
It's me. Right.
All in my hands every time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's part of it. I mean, and it was a close game the whole time. Now, if it was, they were down 15 or 10, yeah, he might change his mentality. So I don't know the thinking behind that. So I'll have to watch the next game to see.
Yeah, because he does that. He does that quite a bit.
Right.
He does, and that's more of a good analogy is him doing that. Him saying, "Okay, you guys go," because I mean, he didn't. You and I are watching. He didn't even smell the ball. Didn't get near.
No, he didn't even. He wasn't even looking for it.
I mean, like he just over. I'm like, man, go get the ball.
Right,
The game's
right.
in the balance. But I guess you're right. He needed to do that. But I will say this: Muscala was on fire tonight.
Yes, he was.
But I love what SJ was doing, though. He was coming towards the man, making Muscala's guy at least take a step towards him, and then kicking Muscala because
Right.
he's deadly if he's wide open.
Right.
But if a guy's running at him and close to him, his shot is not as consistent. So I like what he was doing by that, going, hey, let me set this guy up. He can shoot the ball.
Right.
Can't
I mean, because
rebound.
Muscala was 4 for 5. Excuse me. He was 4 for 5 from the field and 4 for 5 from 3-point line.
Yeah,
So I mean, that's all he shot was threes.
Because he can't defend.
Uh,
He can't.
I mean, in 16 minutes, 12 points,
He can't defend.
3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1
Can't
foul.
defend.
Hey,
Can't rebound, can't defend.
right,
But he can shoot. And that's my deal with him is, as long as he's open
right,
and he's giving me threes, hey, I'm going to give up the occasional rebound or what, not at the end of the game.
right.
Because he cost us against Chicago last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why is he in the game at the end? He can't rebound. Oh, boy, they just took him over. Just not. Valanciunas took the ball from him. I'm like, why do you have him in the game? We had Derek Favors at that time.
Right.
Put Derek. Anyway.
Right.
Not even
I mean,
scoring, I
it's
get that.
one of those deals. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out this coaching staff because their rotation is horrible.
Yep. And then on top of that, we're just not tall enough.
Oh no. I mean, you got guards that's 6'9" and we got guards that's 6'3", 6'4".
Well, my deal is this: we keep drafting 6'6" through 6'9".
Right. And everybody else is 6'9" plus.
And I'm like, go get me somebody who's 6'10", 6'9", and up.
Right.
That's athletic, because their guys are out there.
Oh
But
yeah, that's a whole bunch of them.
we have this certain idea of what we
Well,
want.
that's just like the NFL, that prototype quarterback. We've got that criteria that we think this is the guards we gotta have.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's over.
all I know is they keep trying to find the Patrick Mahomes that's on one.
Man, hey,
There's only one of them.
Man.
He's a beast.
Oh,
Like,
that I love watching that kid play.
Yeah, like we were talking. This guy was talking about Jalen Hurts' MVP. I go, Peter King said this. He said, "I'm gonna vote for Jalen Hurts because he does Patrick Mahomes type things."
So why would you just give it to Patrick
that's what
Mahomes?
he said.
Right. So why
I'm
would you just
giving
give
it
it
to
to
Jalen
Patrick
Hurts.
Mahomes because he does Patrick Mahomes
That's
type
what I
things?
said. So you said you're voting for this guy because he's doing
What?
what this other guy is
does,
doing,
right.
but you're giving it to him.
Because they don't want to give it to Patrick Mahomes.
Dude,
So.
I'm sorry, Peter, but no matter what you try to say,
Oh, yeah.
no matter what you he does stuff that nobody else can do, but he does everything else what everybody else can do.
Right. But that sidearm he's got that he pulls out of nowhere, dude.
He's ridiculous.
Just last week when he threw that underhanded over 3 people right into the, I was just like, wow. I mean, the kid impresses me every time he plays.
This is what's
win or
funny.
loss.
Against the Bengals, when he reached over at the
Yeah,
goal line to
yeah,
score,
yeah.
then Josh Allen does the same thing. Yes, I said, really, Josh?
Right.
Oh, you see Pat do it.
Right, right.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. I see that. I see what you're doing.
Like I said, just that kid's will to drive to win is just amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I mean,
and you know what? And that's the thing that I love. And I think the Thunder's mentality is changing because of SGA. I think he went to management and said, look, I'm balling. We got a good squad. Let's win. Why are we trying to lose?
yeah. I mean, that's
Why are we trying to lose? I ain't in there. I ain't
you're gonna
killing
start
myself.
losing kids' interest in your
Yeah.
organization if that's your whole mentality.
You
all
gotta
the time.
want to win. And the whole thing is this, but you gotta play the right guys in order to get, because like I tell people, in basketball, you know if somebody can play or not.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like
You
football.
know,
It's
yeah.
not. You can hide in football.
Yeah, you can't hide
Basketball, you can't hide.
You cannot hide.
I mean, if you got a weakness, it's gonna get exposed.
Oh yeah. And okay, the in the third quarter, which the Thunder are the number one three-point or third quarter team in the league as far as points scored and the difference in point differential. And at the end of the third quarter, the score was 94-94, and the Blazers were 11 for, what's that, 26 for 3, 48% from the field, 34 rebounds, 40 pips, only 9 turnovers, which we needed to turn them over more, but they were taking care of the basketball. Oklahoma City 9 for 24 from 3. Once again, we're not a three-point shooting team, and but I want us to shoot between 26 to 29. I don't want to shoot over 30. That's just too many threes to me.
Yeah.
45% from the field, 32 rebounds, 46 pips, 8 turnovers, and outscoring them 36-18.
I tell you, the bench they have is dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, if you utilize your bench when they put their bench in, that's where the games are actually really made a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, and you've got to, if you know you've got the advantage of the next 5 coming in, when they put their 5 in, hey, let's get this rolling.
Yeah, well, like I've always said, to me, SJ or Josh should be on the floor at all times.
Right.
One of them.
Right.
If you pull one out, the other one stays in. One of those guys should be, to me, always in there.
Right. And I mean, when you rotate the second unit in, you go with one of them.
Right.
And I mean, if you got to sub them 2 out for each other at that point in time and to give one a break, yeah.
Yeah, to me, second quarter, Josh should always start the second quarter, fourth quarter.
Right.
Always.
Right.
And then you got it, because to me, I'd rather have Josh, J-Dub, and then whomever else that you put in. No G League players, even though we do. Like, forget all that nonsense.
Why you got? What you got against the G League players?
Sorry, man. I'm trying to win.
I mean, and the G League players didn't play bad, man. I mean,
today.
Right.
They're gonna have their moments.
Right. And I mean, they got activated
But they
for a
have
reason.
less moments.
Right. I mean, they're not used to the tempo. I mean,
It's like Lindy Waters shoots over 50% from 3. Okay, shoots over 50% from 3 in G League.
right.
He ain't even close to that when he plays for us. He ain't even close.
Like I said, it's a different game.
It's a different game, different speed.
I mean, I wouldn't have him starting. I mean, if you coming in starting, I mean, you got to be putting up crazy numbers.
You gotta be putting up crazy numbers, and he clearly is not doing that. I'm just saying. Starting the fourth quarter, though, we have J-Dub, Isaiah Joe. Man, what a pickup he's been. K-Will, Muscala, and Wiggins. Not a bad 5. I like that. I like what you were doing right there. I like all of that. And then what did we do? We weren't settling for threes. We were going attacking the basket immediately. We were not shooting threes. We were attacking the basket, not sitting out there, not waiting for threes. And I love that mentality.
Man, I'm just tripping on you and Lindsey Waters, man. I thought that was your boy, man.
Oh, State. No,
You ain't showing him no love,
No,
huh?
no, I'm telling the truth.
Right? You right. He had 1 point. I mean,
No,
so-
but I'm telling you the truth.
You right.
I like the
You
kid,
right.
like
Right.
Austin Reeves.
Right.
Austin Reeves, but they kill him.
right.
But I like the kid.
Right. I mean, Lindsey, I think, is going to eventually get in the groove of it.
The second year, you seen what you see.
But I mean,
I saw he's doing the same thing he did at State.
right?
He can't defend at all.
But he ain't doing no worse than
And
half the other ones, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying is but when you, to me, if you're in the G League, I'm giving you 6-8 minutes. I'm not starting you any quarter.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you some minutes. If I need a shot, you're a 3-point shooter. I'm gonna come in. If you're knocking down my shots, I'm gonna play you a little bit longer.
Right.
If you're not knocking down, come sit down.
Right.
I got you in there for one reason.
Right.
Like Muscala. If you're not knocking down threes,
I don't
can't
need you on
play
the floor. I don't need you on the floor.
Can't play you.
Right. You're supposed to be the microwave when you come
That's
in.
what you're in. This is what I need from you. If you can't do it, right after, come sit down. I can't play you. So that's part of. You can see that on TV.
What?
You can see what
No,
you
she was picking up my
You
beard.
can see that right there.
No, she was trying to pick up
Oh,
my beard,
God.
man.
Anyways, hey, y'all saw that boy. See what he doing? Don't listen to him.
That is not what I was trying to make sure she didn't pick up my beard. That's all that was. See, he put me on the spot like that. See, that's just bad.
No, but it's so funny. I was talking about not shooting threes. Then all of a sudden, Scholar shoots a 3, knocks it. Joe comes, we like make 3 threes. And it was like, bam, bam, bam. I'm like, okay. But the difference is when we shoot, and it's who's shooting,
Right.
and where they're shooting. Like Isaiah Joe, if he's catching and shooting, I'm good with that.
Right.
Dort, if you're catching and shooting around the 3-point line, yeah. If you back past the 3-point line, I don't want none of y'all shooting.
Right. I mean,
Nobody on this team.
The Dort's notorious for being 5 feet behind it and trying to
knock down, because he made a couple.
Well, he think he's Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, no,
once he
he's
made a couple.
couple.
Yeah, he think he's Steph Curry
Hey,
when he made a
remember
couple.
when Russ, he'd make a 3 and we were like, oh,
already knew. We
Now
already
you're
knew.
three-point shooter.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what was cold the other night. They were daring him to shoot
Right,
any
right, right.
shot.
Right. Yeah.
I'm so glad he ain't here no more, man. I'm so glad he's not here anymore. But anyway, the Thunder and stuff, they're battling, and it's 106-107 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And I'm like, why the hell is Dame in the game and SGA is?
Yeah.
But then, of course, timeout. Thank God.
Okay, what did they say today? Because somebody pissed him off.
Oh, K. Will.
Man,
Kendrick Williams.
somebody need to let him know you don't do that.
He elbowed him in the face, and then he did this.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm
That's
like-
right.
I'm like, wow. So you have a three-time All-Star who could go off and literally drop 50 on us.
Right.
And
In a
you,
half.
And you can't
In
get,
a half.
And you can barely get 10. And you're gonna piss him off. What did Dame end up with?
28. Which was, for him, a quiet 28.
Quiet. Yeah. What was he from field though?
9 for 17.
Yeah, because I don't do opposing teams.
Right.
Okay, I do our stats.
He was 6 for 12 from three-point line.
I don't care nothing about no set, but I will.
You
say
know, I
this.
watch everybody.
I know, but I'm saying is I don't put the opposing team stats on our deal.
Understandable.
This is a Thunder
Understandable.
podcast or live stream. Okay, this is my thing.
I mean, like I said, Jeremy Grant was still the X factor for them.
Yeah, he was.
26 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 fouls.
How many blocks? You got that one there?
No, it doesn't show them.
It don't show that, but I was saying this is that between SGA and Dort, I think they missed, 9 layups?
Probably.
Something like that. It was ridiculous. And I'm like, one of you two make a layup. Now, SGA, his mid-range is dangerous, but Dort, he goes flying to the basket. He we should have rebounded. He goes and just sticks his shoulder. I'm like, bro, do you not know? It's 41 seconds. Why are you driving to the basket? And then of course you get fouled. You got lucky. Then we take Isaiah Joe does a step back, and you and I are both like, what are you doing?
Right.
Fortunately, he gets the rebound and just, boom, charges right into Dame Lillard.
Right.
We're like, bro, pull the ball back out. We're down 1. What are you doing? Oh, we're down 2 at that time.
Right.
Bring the ball back out. Let's get another shot. See what we got. Runs him over, and then thank God Portland threw the ball away.
Man, that one still baffled me.
Well, I think what they were doing, he was trying to throw it to the person. I think he was trying to throw it to Dame, and whoever was in there didn't know Dame was behind him, and he threw the pass high.
Right.
And he thought it was to him. He jumped up and tipped it out of bounds, and then turned and looked. It's like, oh, that was to you.
My bad.
Yeah, that
My
was
bad.
That was to you.
My bad.
And then of course, SGA takes over and scores, and then at the end of the game, I'm like, we get because Dame goes down and Josh Hart. What are you doing? First of all, you bring your man to Dame.
Right.
First of all.
Right.
And then Dame runs
Into him.
over you.
Right.
And can't get the shot up. And then, of course, what happens? Our guy, J-Dub, grabs the rebound and is dribbling. Dude, SGA is on the wing. Throw the ball up there. Get rid of the ball. They
Right.
can't foul you if you don't have the ball.
Right.
And let me see. The best player on our team shooting 93%, and then you go 1 for 2. And then-
That's basketball IQ, and I think a lot of these guys
Don't have it.
at all.
Don't have it. And then Dort gives up the baseline. We're up, what,
Man,
2?
yeah.
And he gives up the baseline. I'm like, we're up 2 with 6 seconds left. And Dame just goes, boom,
You're right. I mean, right around it.
right baseline. We're like, you and I both look at each other like, did you just give up the baseline? But you know what? Once again, he's trying to score. When you score, that takes away from your defense.
Right. He's thinking offensive minded instead of defense.
He needs to go back. Look, we drafted you to stop people. We didn't draft you so the play before that, he goes all the way to 41 seconds left. He drives down the field, scores with 31 seconds, 9 seconds, went coast to coast. How the hell do you let somebody go coast to coast?
Right.
Anyway, that frustrated me. Then, of course, SGA, they run an out of bounds play, and you and I are both like, you better go to SGA.
Right.
As soon as he called it, I was like, oh, that's Bucky.
Oh, yeah.
That was Bucky.
I was like, they're going to send 3 people that make him pass it. And I still didn't think he'd pass it.
Yeah, but he passed to him. It was nice, and that spin move. When he did, I said, "Oh, that's money.
Yeah.
That's bucket."
Yeah,
and
you
then,
call
of
that
course,
one. You call
all net in the basket, game over, and of course SGA finished it off. And here are the final stats. The Blazers, of course, are now 17 and 14. The Thunder are 13. You're right. And 18. They finished off 123-121. The final stats: Blazers 16 for 37. That's still you got
Man.
you got to get out there and guard people. You cannot let them do that.
I mean, because that's their bread and butter. I
Yep,
mean,
it is. That's what they do. 30% from the field, 45 rebounds, 52 pips, points in the paint, 16 turnovers. The Thunder 11 for 31, 45%, 39 rebounds, 56 pips, points in the paint, and then only turnovers. And that's one short of what we do. They had 16 turnovers, so we got them there in the fourth quarter, had to turn the ball over, and that helped us win the ball game. Then, of course, bench scoring, Thunder 42-26. Box scoring, SGA 11 for 24, not very efficient. But when he gets, 10 for 24, not very efficient. But my thing was him, when he scores double digits, buckets, we're a hard team to beat.
yeah, and I mean, he has to get in the mentality of thinking he has to score at least 10, 11 buckets a game.
Every game. And then, of course, free throws, he was, I think, 14 for 14.
14, yeah.
1 for 1 from 3, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Those 2 blocks were needed, those long-ass arms of his. And I don't even know why I got Josh in there. He didn't play. Dort, 13 points, 3 for 8, 0 for 2, 3 rebounds, 0 assists. So that's what happens when you rush you. You didn't pay attention. Josh didn't push. They took him
But
out.
that 0 for 2, somebody should have told him he need to quit shooting threes.
Yeah, what? 3 for 8, and I want to say that 4 and 5 of those were 4 of those were layups.
Oh, man. I know for a
4 of
fact
those
he missed 4 layups.
Well, I guess it couldn't have been only 3, but because
I
he
could
had
have swore he
2
missed
threes.
4. I could have swore he missed 4 layups.
I could have too. I could have swore he did. 3 rebounds and no blocks. J-Dub, of course, nice workmanlike, 15 points, 6 for 13. And then look at that from 3. 1 for 2, like that. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, like that. Kendricks Williams, 11 points, 4 for 6. And you were talking about him. He played a good game tonight. He's not one of my favorites, but he really, really played good tonight.
Man, I like just watch from that kid watching him tonight. I mean,
Yeah, but he's a one. He does that 1 out of every
Okay.
5 games. Okay. Omen Yuri, 6 points, 2 for 4, 0 for 2. Not bad for a G League guy, but he bounces around the league and just what he is. And he fits what we have to have for right now. If that's what you want.
I mean, I'll take those 6 boards all day.
Yep, no doubt. Poku, actually he went 2 straight games without scoring. So he got off the scoreboard He got scored last night and then tonight. So we got to like that. 8 points.
But 0 for 4.
Yeah, his 3-point shooting was terrible. What was that? 6 rebounds, and then 3 assists, and then a huge block that he had. Muscala, 12 points, 4 for 5. But look at that, 3 rebounds. But that's not what we got him out there for.
No,
We got him out there for.
He's shooting a wide open shot.
He's shooting wide open shots. Lenny Waters, 1 point, 0 for 3. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Isaiah Joe, 11 points, still being productive. 4 for 7, 3 for 6 from 3. And as long as he's just taking wide open shots from 3,
Right.
his stroke is nice. But when he tries to do and score, that ain't it. Because he does the same thing every time.
Oh, yeah.
Couple dribbles, boom, 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 fade away from 3. From 3 feet past the line. At least go get him going inside the 3, then do a step back. Don't be outside.
He's predictable.
Yep, And then, of course, Aaron Wiggins, 12 points, 4 for 9, 0 for 3. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but 4 rebounds. But his defense is what I like. And then this is what I always do. I compare the first half to the second half so you can kind of see what the Thunder do and the adjustments that they make from the first half to the second half. And then you can see right there, Blazers 7 for 16, so they were 9 for 21. Still not very good.
No.
Not very good at all. Not very good. You got to be able to defend the line. But 45%, they moved up to 50. Rebounds, we had they out-rebounded us the first half and the second half.
Right.
And then I like points in the paint.
It's made a
Look at
difference.
that. Yeah, it made a difference. 28, they outscored us by 4. And then we end up outscoring them by 4, so that's an 8-point swing right there. Then turnovers, 9 11 to 5, huge, and that's what we do. We turn the other team over, and then bench scoring
Made the
we
big difference in
outscored
the
them.
game.
Yep.
Big difference in the game.
Yep. We outscored them right there, but we only outscored them by what? Well, no, they outscored us by 14-13.
Okay.
Yeah. They had 14 points the second half, and then we only had 13 bench scoring points. And we got to do better than that. But, once again, it's who you're starting, who you're playing, and it makes a huge difference when you got to break it down like that. So, anyway, I'm excited about the Thunder and what they've got. And then this is, fourth? Our fourth home game we did Monday. This is our fourth game, right?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Fourth home game. And then, of course, coming up next, we have on the schedule.
The Trailblazers.
Yeah, we have them again Wednesday night, which I will be going to that game. And then we have a game Friday night, and then the following Tuesday. So they'll have a couple of days off for Christmas, which is a good thing. We haven't quite got the Christmas.
I'm still trying to get my shopping done.
I'm done with my shopping. I got a little dude all that he needed, so he's a happy man. I got him all of the stuff that he wants, so he's happy. Well, I'm sure, but by the way, so his mom, his little iPad's connected to his mom, so I sent his mom a picture of what I got.
He's seen it.
Like, hey, man, this is Christmas stuff. You ain't supposed to be sneaking.
Right.
It's your problem, son. But that's what he does. He slides in. So, that being said, we want to thank Kat at Kat's Tavern for allowing us to come and do these post-game shows. And we will be doing more of these, but they have to be on Mondays because Tuesday nights no, Wednesday nights no, Thursday nights no, Friday
Oh
nights
my God,
no.
single,
Saturday nights no.
karaoke.
Too much going on, too crowded, too crazy. We can't do it, but they're open Monday through Sunday from 12 to 2 a.m. located at 901 64th Street, which is one block north of 63rd and Classic. And you can only go east right there. So great place to go and visit, and fun environment. And then, of course, they've got darts and all the little things that you need. And then we want to thank Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. We want to thank them for their sponsorship for us because we wouldn't be here without it. We want to thank them for sponsoring our remote live streams to Black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And then you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Go ahead and do all your stuff pre-deal. Walk in there. You approve. Sign your name. Take that check with you, or they can deposit it in your account if you are banking there. So we want to appreciate them for what they do for us. And then, of course, I want to thank my guy, Nimoy Jones. Now, you're on this time because last time you came on, we didn't get you. So I appreciate you not having your normal cocktails here and staying and watching the game and giving us your input, and I appreciate it.
Man, I always enjoyed doing it. I appreciate you letting me sit in with you.
Well, and this is the thing I like about you. You're actually knowledgeable.
I try to
some
be.
people, some people act like they know and you're just going, what did you just say? No, you are never coming back on my show ever again, nor would you ever be on the show because you're an idiot.
Right.
That's what I say. So, that being said, brother, until next time.
No doubt.
I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of After the Storm, your Thunder post-game analysis. And what we do, we tell you the truth, we break it down, we're honest. If they play great, we tell you. If they play like crap, we tell you. We don't sugarcoat it. We don't change up anything. So that being said, we want to thank the Thunder for winning tonight, making our day a little bit fun. Now we can have some cocktails and some beer, so I'll be happy for that. And I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody be safe tonight.